Hello, guys. Welcome to NECC Fall 2025 for Purdue Overwatch. My name is Ryu.
Razor.
Yep, Razor, and we're in the playoff season. This is going to be Varsity's, I believe, Purdue Varsity's first playoff match of the season.
Can we get a fact check on that? Actually, I'm not sure myself.
Possibly, but regardless,
Exciting.
We're out of the traditional kind of Swiss bracket now, and we're finally down to big playoff games, which means, big stakes. This is finally for the title of the division.
Yep.
I believe Division 3 here.
Yeah.
It's Purdue's second playoff game,
Okay.
actually. Just getting updates here live. This is their second playoff match, actually. Having beaten the previous team they went up against by 3-0. So
Awesome.
brilliant record so far. I believe overall record, if I remember correctly, 6-1.
Yes, 6-1.
They've been showing an incredible play so far. Today, we're going to be playing against, I believe, Puma Esports.
Yes.
Paradise Valley Community College, who have gone 5-1.
Yes.
So getting things
stacked matchup. They also won, obviously,
yeah.
the first playoff game. This is single elimination, I'm assuming.
Yes. So again, high stakes.
Everything's on the line here.
Yeah, very, very high stakes. I feel like, those games that have been broadcast so far, I feel like you guys have watched along with us. I feel like Purdue Varsity's had a very, I want to say easy time, but
Yeah.
they've had a good time. They've had a good showing.
Well, 6-1, and I believe, I think we talked about earlier, that one loss was a forfeit. So far,
Yeah.
we're stellar.
Yeah, there was some scheduling conflict that had happened earlier in this semester in the season that caused them to have that kind of one fall. So technically, very technically, Purdue Varsity is undefeated this season. So they've been doing extremely well.
Legally, can't say that, but in my heart, they're undefeated.
Hey, we're not biased, it's fair.
Yeah.
But this is for, the big final title. I'm excited. I'm very curious to see, we've seen, I don't want to say a lax showing, but they've kind of been able to kind of get comfortable and assess their environment. But we'll see how much things change in the background. I believe bans are going on in the background right now.
Yeah, I believe Purdue has banned Kiriko, and Puma Esports has banned Zarya. I like Zarya banning, honestly. I personally, I'm auto-banning Zarya every match, so I don't blame Puma for that.
Yeah.
The Kiriko ban, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, the carry ban off the bat from Purdue Varsity, considering that's definitely one of two flex supports I've seen Purdue Varsity come out with a lot.
I think they definitely want to push out an Ana here. I'd be very unsurprised if an Ana is out on Purdue's side.
For sure, yeah. So yeah, going to the game now, I believe. Now that our bans are over, we will be going into Lijiang Tower. I had a feeling.
Right. My favorite first map.
I know. It
Feels
is
like
very
every
popular.
game starts on Lijiang.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's why I think Zarya ban here is very, very interesting, but an understandable one nonetheless, just because I think Zarya here is very, very strong once you get a hold on to these very kind of compact points. It's very hard to take a high charge Zarya down, especially at the level of play that we are seeing here. So we'll see what the teams come out with here instead. Yeah, from Purdue, it seems like we're getting a Ramatra brawl with the Tracer, whereas Puma Esports is coming out here with a Mauga comp,
Reaper Sim.
potentially.
Oh my god, this is bringing me back to my comp days in gold.
Hey now, that's still it. That is highly, highly oppressive if the Mauga knows how to preserve his life and the Reaper knows how to play a little crafty and kind of sneak up on people.
Yeah.
So we will see how that plays out here as we open up here on
Both
our
teams
playoff
TP.
game.
Looks like they're gonna. Looks like Purdue is swapped off the Symmetra TP just to get out of spawn. And
Whereas, Puma has stayed onto the Symmetra to be able to keep on hold onto that point. And they've already made it there thanks to the TP up there into the window here. Purdue Varsity making it now, having to play the offensive here, walking in onto the map as best as they can. It seems like they've already gotten the Juno low in the back, but they can't exactly walk in just yet.
Totally going for that.
Mauga already going down here very, very early, unfortunately, due to the poke. That's going to be a very difficult play here for the Mauga to be able to manage here. Purdue Varsity playing a way more livable, versatile comp here, and a lot of the team here going down for the reset. Now, the tactical reset, seeing as their Mauga went down, they understand that they can't exactly win this fight here since Purdue Varsity didn't really, I don't believe they lost anyone there during that little exchange.
It's a great showing from Purdue. I think Puma getting onto point first is actually to their detriment, with Mauga kind of being a sitting duck and Purdue being able to kind of just poke from all angles, honestly.
Absolutely. Neve here getting a very early pick there on the Juno, playing around in the back line here, trying to punish here, go after. But no, that seems like... Puma, they're trying to go in once again for the quick tactical reset, but Toodle on the Reaper being able to take advantage of that to make sure the stagger prolongs a little longer.
Yeah, Neve on this Tracer is going to be hard for them to counter.
Yeah, we see him staying up there on the high ground. They're waiting to play out a little bit of poke, getting the recall force there as they smell him out. They don't want him to pull off what he did earlier once again. They already basically lost almost 2 fights thanks to what Neve did there.
Ring goes out, they're jumping in. Mauga goes in for the huge dive. Can Purdue hold this if they can back up fast enough? Huge flank from
possibly.
Tracer.
Getting down onto the break here very early.
Juno's kind of separated. If they can get that pick off, that'd be huge. And nice pick.
Very easy. Getting the knockdown onto Ramatra. Getting the Reaper ult out too to be able to try and punish him, but they won't exactly. They will though, actually, take down the Ramatra. That does take these two, not two, there's the one ult here, but the slam from the Mauga. They really just had to focus in on being able to take down Abcasta on the Ramatra, but they were able to do so and flip the point here for Puma Varsity. And Purdue now coming back here with almost 3 ults in their back pocket. The Window, the Beat Drop, and the Reaper ult here.
Yeah, I think they're just going to amp speed in and then do a little bit of a late beat. That should be enough to take them down. They know only Brig is ult, so it's just a matter of who ults better. It looks like an early beat.
Engage beat here, just to be able to walk in and engage this very aggressive poke.
Waiting for the Brig counter ult. Yeah, comes in. Window comes in too. I mean, I feel like Puma's in a little bit of a better spot here. They have 2 support ults, but huge pick on the Mauga.
Huge pick on the Mauga, but they do still have 2 supports up, so maybe, but no, 2 picks again. Purdue Varsity has not lost a single player just yet. Loki here on the Tracer trying to take down Toodle, but will not do so. Yep, once again, the tactical reset, seeing as we're coming down to the final fight here, potentially on this point for Purdue Varsity to cap this point.
Yeah, they're gonna...
Neve, once again, playing that poke game, seeing if he can punish.
They're in a bad spot here. They're not even able to touch this.
Yep, punishing the Reaper there on Puma Varsity. Neve very cleanly being able to punish.
2v5, let's see if they can hold it.
Yep, playing there
the
cage, yeah, being able to flip the point there because the Mauga's just able to rush in and flip the point.
Decent stall from Puma. If they can hold this for a little bit longer, I think he should really run out of their Mauga, but no, he gets picked off, and I think the front by now is just
able to flip back this point here now that they have taken down the Mauga. It almost seems like, you know, without the Mauga being up, Puma Esports is just deciding to back off and reset, you know? But nonetheless, it seems, yeah, with Purdue's ults here, they're able to kind of hold the point. I don't know if they'll be able to get any more touches off. Just barely, you know, the Tracer.
Ball's going
no,
for
ball, switch to the ball from the Mauga to be able to touch,
off.
but no, the boop off, and the point will be to Purdue Varsity. Beautifully done here. Yeah, no, it's very interesting here to see how Puma Esports is playing. I've not seen the, like, very, very quick kind of, as soon as the Mauga goes down, as soon as their tank goes down, the whole team decides to just kind of throw in the towel and just, like, very quickly go in for a full 5v5. They don't even think a 4v5 is very worth it. I think that's very interesting on their part. Yeah,
it looks like they're going to be running the Ramatra now. I think they like Purdue's comp from last round.
A little bit, yeah. Like, Mauga is a very high-risk, high-reward character to play, I feel like. So, yeah, we're trying our best to... They're trying their best to try and adapt to kind of Purdue's ability to live out through that Mauga. So yeah.
Looks like they get a much further position in. Puma already kind of on their heels, and Purdue really just pressing them all the way almost back into their. Look, their Ramatra's low. Only Tracer's barely able to escape out half health, but I think Purdue is really doing great at keep making space here. And look at them, there's Puma's so far back.
Yeah, Purdue not only able to take this white room space here that's so crucial on this first fight, but they were able to even push past here and even get picks here. Purdue up, having taken down the bat, but
they're down.
No, pushing back. It seems like Purdue maybe might have pushed a little bit too far there, having abandoned this central space here without even having capped yet. This cap kind of almost, going over to Puma Esports, and Purdue will wipe out there, even though they kind of won that initial brawl there for this crucial central space.
They had the space there in the beginning, but their backline got really pressed out by the Tracer and Reaper, and it was just a matter of winning that 1v1 in the back. And looks like Purdue lost it, but I think that as long as they're a little bit stronger with their backline, they should be fine at this fight. Going back in, same strategy. Let's see if it works out.
Yep, Ramatra going in from Puma Varsity already onto Squishies in the backline, hoping to pick off someone really early. They have eyes on Alistair, on the Baptiste in the backline, but they will not go down that easily.
Nice
Alistair
picks.
does go down, but not before 2 from Puma Varsity go down as well.
Nice. See, this is the same thing as before, except this time Purdue used their space and got their picks before the backline got dove by the Tracer Reaper, and it's really just a ticking time bomb if they can push in fast enough before the Tracer Reaper becomes a problem. And it worked this fight. Let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. We see there, I see Neeb over there in the corner waiting super cheekily to see if he can get off a pick. He doesn't have pulse bomb just yet, so he's just trying to play cheeky.
God.
And he will get the pick onto the Brigitte very early on. Loki on the Tracer, who had the pulse bomb, didn't end up getting a pick, but
Nice
Alistair
pick
does
from the
go
Ram.
down. Yep, Abcasta there
all
on the
comes
Ramatra.
out.
Both the Ram
Could
ults
go either
coming
way.
out. The Reaper ult coming out as
play your
well.
positioning well. Ram's low. If you can just finish the Ram here, nice punch.
Yep, Abcasta winning the duel of the Ramatra ults here, but things still looking a little bit even, but it seems like Puma Varsity is still able to flip the point onto their side there. That Reaper ult potentially giving that little bit of extra firepower that they needed to hold this point here. Now, Puma Varsity coming up with 2 support ults in their back pocket,
It
but
looks
Purdue...
like Purdue's coming up on 3 ults
3
here.
ults as well, yeah.
I really want to see a cheeky pick off with the pulse bomb from Neeb. If they can do that, I think it worked great.
Absolutely.
But with both support ults from Puma's side, I think they definitely have the advantage coming to this fight.
The
And
rally
early
coming
rally
out
coming
here.
out.
Yep, from Puma to see and try and get an early engage. Where's the
Okay,
Brig going
trade,
down
trade.
early here? The early engage rally just didn't really work to their
Nice
favor.
flanking from
Both
Neeb.
supports going down there from Puma.
Window
That will not be
turns
good.
useful.
Yep, and it seems like this fight might almost just be over. 3 going down here. Unfortunately, you know, the early engage Brigitte ult not really playing to their favor because Alistair there being able to window in defense, potentially contributing to that takedown of the Brig there very early on.
Yeah, I like this positioning from the healers really far back, but still able to heal the Ram fully.
The window coming out here
coming out
from
to oppress
Puma
the line of sight of the healers. I like the play, but Ram's in the right position to stay healed. He can hold his position with his shift.
Yeah, no, everyone's able to hide away as much as they need to. Loki, once again, the pulse bomb getting
Pulse comes out,
denied.
no value, and we have 2 DPS ults coming out from Purdue. I want to see them come out.
Yeah, I want to see what Neeb does here with this pulse bomb potentially.
Capitalize, nice pick.
Yep, trades here on the Reapers, both going down the Brig. Once again, both supports going down once again from Puma Esports, which will mean, yep, the Ramatra going down as well.
Awesome job.
Yeah, it seems like we're once again in this final fight territory here
and
with
we're
the
going
point.
to final fight, and Purdue still has the ult advantage. They managed to keep the pulse bomb, and Ram ult is going to be huge. I like this advanced positioning. Ram's getting a little low, but I really like the position here. If they can Ram ult right now and keep him up.
Yep, I think that's kind of what he's going for here. He wants to try and stuff this doorway, make sure they get as low as possible.
Well played.
Yep, going in, fighting Ramby Ram ult once again. Oh, the Reaper going down. Both Reapers exchanging once again,
Ram's
so we're
low.
still even.
Well played from Purdue.
Purdue playing well once again, you know, with that early poke, being able to stuff the door, that space advantage that Purdue has, it seems like might cut them the edge here. Things still looking a little bit scrappy here at the end while they're cleaning up these fights here, but this point and this match will go to Purdue Varsity here, 2-0. Very, very well done here. Honestly, by both sides, that was still very, you know, it kept flipping back and forth there till the very end on both maps.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it just came down to very, very intelligent ult cycling on both sides, I think. You know, both, I mean, ult cycling and positioning, honestly. The fact that I think there were some fights there where Purdue Varsity did kind of get a little too antsy and push up a little too far, I'd argue, but they were able to play into it and learn from it and adapt very quickly after the fact, so it worked out in their favor.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, both healers played well. Tank positioning, for the most part, was pretty even. I really think, though, that Purdue's DPS kind of won the game for them because they were able to pick off that backline and keep them constantly fearful throughout. And I don't think the Puma Tracer and Reaper were able to do the same. So I think that was really the win for Purdue here.
Yeah, no, I think there's a couple times there where we pointed out, you know, Neeb there on the Tracer being a little bit cheeky. Even, you know, we see Tracers often doing that when they have like a pulse bomb play they want to go for, but no, even when he didn't, he would just sit there in the back line, wait for the team to kind of walk up as a unit and then take down, you know, the enemy Tracer, the Brig, the BAP, something like that. And that is so crucial. Even if he can't take someone down, just being able to get someone really, really low, and then you have Abcasta on the Ramatra just able to Nemesis and just walk in and get the free kill. That's, I mean, that's all you really need. We're playing at such a high level here where just that first pick kind of determines where the fight's going to go.
Yeah.
So...
And Neeb is really consistent at getting that first pick off. I think his Tracer gameplay is awesome. And yeah, I think the Reaper cleanup was great too. Just really worked together well. Positioning from the healers and tanks both were stellar. And I think Puma here, I mean, what they're trying to do now is figure out how can they get a better kind of backline oppression than Purdue. And I'm curious to see if they're going to go for a character swap or if they're just going to try to play their positioning better. And honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to character swap here.
Yeah, no, I mean, it highly depends on what map they're going to go for here as well. I know that in Purdue Varsity's past, they have not been opposed to playing the Gibraltar, although I think that would be a map 3 pick, if I remember the format correctly. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, no, playing this kind of front-to-back Ramatra comp isn't going to work entirely on all the maps, so things will need to change eventually. But, yeah, no, I mean, we'll see also how the bans play out as well. I would be so surprised, but also so intrigued to see a Tracer ban, just because of how much Neeb has been harassing on the Tracer. Like you said, it feels like, not to kind of play anyone up too far, but Neeb was able to kind of outclass on the Tracer a little bit. So potentially just kind of picking that out from the fight entirely.
Well, if you ban the Tracer, he's going to go hit scan, and I don't think his hit scans...
You're not ready for that.
Not gonna be better. I will say, like you mentioned, I know the Watch Point Gibraltar, the curse on that map, we've had bad experiences in the past losing on that map, and I think if they've done their research, maybe they'll pull it out, but I'm confident that we'll be able to adapt and see that. Is the next map going to be a push map? Not push map, sorry, a payload map?
I believe it's either going to be payload or hybrid. I don't remember exactly. We'll get an update here in just a moment. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm very curious to see if there's some sort of a Tracer ban. I'm very curious to see if there's maybe like, I could see a Ramatra ban potentially.
I really just want to see King's Row, to be honest. If that comes out, I'll be
I mean,
happy.
I've seen a lot of King's Row happen this season, and like understandably so. Who doesn't love a good King's Row?
Of course.
Especially at the high level at which we are playing. So yeah, no, I mean, yeah,
Well, it looks like Puma's banned Gibraltar.
Yeah, no, we're getting updates here that Puma banned Gibraltar, so we're not doing that. We are playing a payload map, so we'll see what we play. Now
The chances of King's Row being the map is now increased. I have to say, -1 map.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, every single varsity game that I have watched so far, it seems like they have preferred to play Gibraltar. So, not having kept up with them as consistently this season, they might have a certain trick up their sleeve. Varsity has known to do that in the past. Those of you who've watched us on this channel throughout the season have seen our team even pull out a ball comp, have pulled out a role swap. They've done some crazy things. So, the point you were making earlier, being able to adapt, I know that Purdue Varsity is able to adapt, but I don't doubt that Puma is able to as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're also like 5-1, second round of playoffs, so...
Oh, yeah, they're also... the bar is pretty even here.
Yeah, and it looks like Puma has picked defense and banned Monkey, so I'm curious to see what kind of map they're expecting here with the Monkey ban. I mean,
it
Monkey
could be
is
a dive map still.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably expecting a dive map, but isn't it Purdue's choice on what map to choose here?
Yeah,
but maybe they're trying to push it towards a King's Row or more like Brawly type comp.
Potentially, yeah, but I could also see them trying to strong arm into, if you're going to try and want to play a divey map, well then too bad, now you're going to have to play a Diva, which,
I love Diva. You gotta bring a Diva. As a Diva main, I mean, I would love to see some Diva gameplay come out here.
I mean, I know that, Diva is still in the arsenal. Like, a lot of our varsity players are very adaptable. I'm sure Diva is also in the arsenal of Abcasta as our tank player, but I digress. There are a lot of maps where, I mean, I've seen people pull out all sorts of crazy comps on not King's Row. I mean, of course, King's Row, but on dive-heavy maps, I've seen people pull out, like, the Junker Queen. I've seen people pull out, I mean, Hazard still exists.
I think I've yet to see a Junker Queen in a game of this caliber, so I would be surprised if they pull it out.
Really? I mean, so Purdue Gold, which I believe are in the same division as Purdue Varsity, their tank player is a very avid Junker Queen player.
Oh, really?
So if, all things going well, Purdue Varsity winning this game, I know Purdue Gold is still up in the playoffs bracket. If we do end up seeing a Purdue Varsity versus Purdue Gold, which I hope we do,
that was the same thing that happened last semester. We had a Purdue Gold versus Purdue Black.
Yeah. Alrighty, Purdue banning the Brig now. It seems like, very
interesting, very
heavy, like hard dive hate going on here right now with the ban. So I'm very curious to see what map they're going to go for now. Although I also kind of understand the Brig ban, given that I have seen, if there is still some consideration for a more dive-heavy map, I have seen Purdue Varsity pull out the Life Weaver in the past. The Life Weaver Ana,
A brawl comp character, which is what they pulled out in Lijiang, right? They had the break plus their mantra. So if they're banning break, it makes you want to think. Okay.
Just to, while you're holding on that thought, I think I just got an update here. You know, sorry for everyone watching, but I believe Gibraltar wasn't banned. It was picked.
Okay. We'll
So,
eat our words.
Yeah, going back on that real quick, and we're about to jump into the map just now, you know, while you get back to that thought potentially, but we're going on to Gibraltar. So all that talk we just made about being a dive-heavy map, we're there now.
It makes more sense now why Winston was banned.
The bans make a lot more sense. Now we're kind of forcing ourselves into playing either a Diva or a Hazard, which it seems like, yeah, both teams are going to be going with that Diva option. And we see here...
yeah, Diva 1v1. And Neeb with the Widow, let's go.
Neeb with the Widowmaker. We have seen that stellar gameplay come out from him before, and I can't wait to see it again. Alistair, once again, playing the Kiriko again. I was going to say, whatever he has played before on this map, this is kind of, you know... This is kind of a map where a lot of our DPS and DPS adjacent, shall I say, players get to play.
Yeah. I think the titles on the team names may be swapped.
Yes,
right
apologies.
now.
Yeah, for everyone watching, the team names are swapped currently. There we go. Purdue Varsity is on attack this first round. As we go into it right here, both teams playing a Diva comp.
But with the Genji versus Widow, it's going to be hard for Neeb, although
yes.
I'll like to see how he manages to pull it off.
Yes, going into contest here on this high ground, as is typical to do here, the Divas confronting one another. Going in here, the contest on the high ground here, slowly but surely just trying to get a little bit of poke.
Yeah, looks like Puma, Astra's low, no Kiri, Suzu out. Looks like Genji's also low. Purdue's pushing cart. I mean,
Purdue's able to just slowly but surely be able to push cart here.
They're doing well, pushing on off high ground. I mean, this is great from Purdue. Like, look, Puma's already kind of pressed back by the doors, and any further, and they're already just in these choke areas.
Yeah, no one's gone down yet this fight. They've just been able to
Genji's
kind of
a little
pressure.
overextended. Diva's going back in for the kill and does get him. Now Purdue's up one. Can they capitalize on this?
Yeah,
they're going to go for this
him.
Tracer, low on Blinks. Gets the Mega, but still low on Blinks, about to get their recall.
Yeah, they're just harassing everyone on Puma right now. They haven't really gotten many kills, except for that Genji that did overextend, like you said.
Yeah, they've gotten the Widow set up on in the backline.
Ooh, Neeb, they're getting the pick on Wuyang there as well. That's the first, technically, I mean, second kill, very technically, but yeah, one of the few kills that have happened yet this round, and we're already at this first checkpoint here almost.
Yeah, looks like Diva Mech is going to go down soon. It's going to be easy cleanup for this checkpoint.
Yeah, it's very interesting here. Purdue Varsity is able to keep up so much pressure despite the fact that they have a Widowmaker. You know, you'd argue that there isn't that much pressure there because there's a Genji Tracer, but that's not really happening here.
Yeah. Oh, and I might be eating my words here with the easy cleanup, but wow, Genji's able to actually counter sweep with the 0.4 meters left.
Wow, yeah, they're able to just maintain hold.
Going for the bomb.
No, not able to remech there, unfortunately. But
risky
yeah, the fight was kind of already gone there for Purdue Varsity. Maybe that push just overextended a little too far. They were able to kind of regroup there, Puma Varsity was. And now the Ana on Puma, because of how much they've had to just kind of sit back and heal, has that nano boost already. They have 3 ults actually on Puma, almost 5. So that's a little scary considering how much they've been sitting back. Now they have that advantage.
Yeah, Puma definitely with the ult advantage. This is going to be scary for Purdue, but if they're able to get an early pick... Oh!
Ooh, Total going down there onto the poke there from the Wuyang around the corners. I assume now waiting for this kind of almost like a mini reset here to make sure everyone's there. They might know that secretly Puma has 5 ults sitting in the back pocket. They could do anything here. They have so much free reign.
Oh, huge pick on the Genji. A little overextended. Tracer traded.
Yeah, so now still even, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with this trade,
though.
Oh,
the Kitsune rush coming out, though.
And counter ult. Tidal Blast coming in.
Yeah, both support ults coming out from
Chaos
Puma.
everywhere. Now, late beat from Purdue. I like this beat. This gives them a huge advantage for this next second half of the fight. Apcasta getting 2 picks off. I think that was a great beat.
The Blade coming out as well from Puma. That's 4 ults from them to be able to hold.
Puma is trying to salvage this, but I don't know if he'll be able to. He gets the Diva mech out. He gets the Diva as well.
Yeah, not being able to get the
remake
off as well.
Again,
but yeah,
though, I think Purdue should have this.
Clean up here a little bit. Yeah, the Wuyang's not able to touch, and they're able to get that contest. Those few picks there, that clean up there from Apcasta before he died, I think was just enough for them to do it.
Yeah, I think well played from Purdue there. even with the ult disadvantage, they won that. Now, that being said, Purdue has a grand total of 0 ults for this next fight. And so I think
Purdue has
3 looking
ults.
at the wrong
Puma
side.
has 0 ults. Yeah.
Puma is at 0
Puma had
ults.
to use all 5 ults there to win that fight there, which is honestly a huge disadvantage for them for a little while.
Lose the fight too while using all their ults.
No, exactly, which they're going to have to build that up now here.
3 ults here, and I think an easy pulse in this Ana, goes for it. And
doesn't hit the
doesn't
stick,
get it, but
unfortunately,
look,
that's
Ana
okay.
is not healing any of their team right now because
she's distracted.
keeping busy. And look, the D.Va Mech's probably going to go low here. And it looks like they're not able to capitalize, but Neeb taking out both healers on his own.
Neeb's just able to have a field day there. He's just able to sit there in the back line and just harass and harass. And not only that, he got the kills on both supports there. They just cannot play. Yeah, no, able to just maintain that consistent pressure there. You know, I was arguing he was able to keep the pressure up on the window, but now look at him on the Tracer, able to do exactly what he was doing on the previous map and just not leave them alone.
Puma hasn't learned their lesson, still not banning the Tracer.
No.
But yeah, let's see what Purdue's able to cook up here with their 2 ults to Puma's 1.
Yeah, and that 2 being the pulse bomb as well. We'll see what that pulse bomb's able to do.
Bomb.
Coming out here, not landing the stick on anybody, unfortunately for them. Not only that, but losing the Ruyang in the process.
No,
oh
my God.
Off the map there from Arizona on Puma. What a clean
but
sleep
Neeb
there.
getting a pick and Astra getting a pick here. It's still winnable for Purdue, and with Puma out of mech,
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, no, beautiful play there from Arizona, which unfortunately they lost their life there in the process. Dang, making sure to secure the kill there, even if it means jumping off the map there for a second. Yeah. But yeah, no, even though taking out an entire tank there who had D.Va Bomb there, mind you, as well, that unfortunately was not enough there for Puma to win that fight. They just had too much pressure from the DPS.
Yeah, I think this is now kind of, I would say, swapping to Puma having their ults, but because they were so down earlier, it's almost still even. They're both teams can be on 4 ults here, and it's just a matter of who uses them better. Both D.Vas kind of just standing off at the corner.
Yeah, I will say.
No picks coming out.
Puma coming up here with a potential Nano Blade, which is a little bit scary here, but Purdue Varsity has 4 ults on their sleeve with one of those coming out.
Gets a pick. Well worth it. Nano Blade's not able to come out. They're going to have to emergency Nano the Tracer. Is this even going to do anything? Bomb comes out, kills Genji.
Yeah, the Genji coming out having used the Blade as well, so that's Nano Blade gone.
Yeah, and Puma has used Nano and a Blade, not in coordination, and has in total lost the fight due to it.
Yeah, the D.Va there de-meching, having to use Bomb to remech there.
Nice cleanup here. Puma still be able to contest.
Coming out there
it's
to
just a
try
matter
and
of cutting
save
the
Tracer's
time down.
life.
Venture's coming out we're playing mystery heroes over here to try to win this.
The last minute touch ends up making this happen.
Well, I mean, they're able to get D.Va out of mech and get the kill off. I mean, they might be able to hold this. Reaper's low, and looks like they're actually coordinating pretty well. The faster respawn really helping them here, and I think they are able to hold this. So I can't blame them for that.
Yeah, no, this is a very rough respawn here for Purdue. So yeah, they lose 2, they lose 3, and they just have to reset and go back. You know. They're making sure to play those more mobile burst heroes. They didn't make too many swaps there, so they're able to maintain a lot of their ult charge that they did have. I will say, though, both teams now not having any ult charge for the moment with a minute 18 now left on the clock. We're probably going to only have one more fight here with ults, one more fight without. So we'll see how that plays out. The early pick on the Wuyang here coming out here with the
my
swap.
God.
Two
okay,
from
counter pick on the
Neeb.
Lucio, but still up 1. This is Purdue's going to go in hard right now. No ults to show for it, but I think they don't need anything else. And with the D.Va out of mech, this is going to be if they can they need to get picks quick. They need to distract this Ana. Looks like Tootle has got that covered.
Making sure she's stuffed in that doorway.
They have fast respawn. They need to really hurry up here. Look, D.Va's already out of mech. The time is ticking before they can win this fight. If they can get D.Va remech'd here, kill this Tracer. Tracer's low, and Nano comes out. This is going to be tough. D.Va's probably going to lose her
D.Va
life
might die here, but no, Neeb's still able to hold his own. They're holding on that
God.
back high ground here. If you
God.
notice, able to just consistently
Neeb
get
just picking
these
up everyone.
picks. No one's able to punish him. That's the thing on this point.
Gets D.Va out of mech.
They're so busy.
God.
Everyone's so busy fighting for this point. Understandably so. They can't do anything.
Neeb.
Neeb's just able to clean up picks here,
even though 0.01 meters and Venture's touching here.
The Venture's still able to touch though.
With the Kiri Susu, they're still fighting this, trying to get into OT, but at some point it's going to end. Oh my God.
And it does with 8.6 seconds left on the clock. Full cap here for Purdue. That, you know, that is... I'm a little bit speechless there because I was so sure that there was going to have to be a kind of quick wipe, come back in with those roughly like 45 seconds left on the clock. But no, like this point is so dangerous for a Widow because if you have a, let the circumstances line up for you. A Widow just sitting there with the open straight sight lines, able to just shoot you down.
And everyone's too distracted to keep touching point to even pay attention.
They can't do anything.
It's just a shooting range for NECC.
Exactly. You're not playing like an Ashe that can contest her easily. You're not playing a Widow who can contest her easily. Your D.Va is too busy touching cart. They can't do anything about that.
I honestly wouldn't even mind an emergency Widow swap just to contest that Widow. Maybe it would have worked out, but...
But it is a gamble, right? Either you go and contest that Widow who picked off 2 of my DPS in the middle of the fight, but then you risk, you know, point getting capped, either back capped or your DPS die quicker or just something like that. So, like, I understand the dilemma that Puma Esports is going through, honestly. Like, I kind of am reminded of your point from the first match of Purdue Varsity's DPS are just being extremely oppressive. You know, they're able to play so adaptable and just constantly keep pushing to the point where, again, even though NECC is playing a Widowmaker, you know, it is still able to maintain that
Widowmaker against,
pressure.
at one point, a Tracer, Genji, and D.Va, by the way. It doesn't get worse than that.
No, exactly. But still able to maintain a constant pressure. You know, normally I feel like in matches you have an issue of, you know, Widowmaker's not able to keep people, like, pushing backwards, but that's what we saw happening. So now going into the second map with the Widow on the defense here, we will see how that plays out for them.
Yeah, and looks like Puma is opted off of the Symmetra. I think just to TP the healers onto high ground and then go for the Genji. They're really harping on as many Widow counters as possible and seeing if they can get it to work. Toodle goes
here
down
getting
early.
Punished, unfortunately,
And now,
going
with only a single Widow as DPS, their D.Va's mech is not going to go anywhere. And so this is going to be tough for Purdue to hold.
They're able to hold up onto that high ground now. Yeah, now playing on the defense here might be a lot harder for someone like NECC on the Widowmaker here because they can just kind of walk up there. Yeah, the teleporter with the being able to get the backline set up on the high ground as quickly as possible.
Genji's just going to go like for an easy dive into the Widow with D.Va. I don't know how they stopped that.
No, exactly. Yeah, and they're kind of now playing that game that Purdue Varsity was playing on attack as well. So we'll see how Purdue Varsity is able to play into that strategy, considering they did the exact same thing as well. How would they stop themselves here? Now trying to contest this high ground, it seems like, you know, Astro on the Lucio.
Yeah, and here comes the full Widow dive. There we get the Suzu to back it up. Astro gets a pick on the Genji, and I think they know they need to pill for the Widow, and they did that perfectly.
Absolutely, yep.
The trade comes out.
Alistair going down in exchange almost as well.
Toodle's out too. Look like they're down 2.
They
down
are
1 at Purdue.
protecting their Widowmaker as best as they can.
Yeah, Widow's still on high ground. They're going to go for another dive as soon as the cooldowns reset and the Genji comes back. And I think once that comes, it'll be Purdue's coffin. But let's see if Puma can do it well and if Purdue can peel well enough. Stick comes in, and look, what a time.
Down the mech.
D.Va mech is down. They can't fill for the Widow now. They go for the Widow dive, and just really well timed from Puma. And oh my god, great pick.
Yeah,
oh my god.
NECC is still defending himself.
I was just about to say it. I think it's time for Purdue to reconsider the Widow, but
no, not at all.
Wu-Yang.
He is able to defend himself too. Don't you think that he needs a support or his tank to do so?
Wow.
It is fine. So yeah, needing ults to take down the tank there, just get him out of the fight, but even then, that is not enough. They're going to need to do more.
NECC does swap to the Trish though. I think he's realized that this game of just protecting himself against the dive is not going to work for the entire match.
And to be fair, this point specifically as well, being more compact and internal, I think he's going to have a way harder time.
Yeah, and he has to early bomb. Reaper's no Wraith. Toodle's going down. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Wu-Yang on the Genji who went in aggressively there.
Yeah, and they're really going to capitalize on that.
Yep.
Unfortunate, but NECC's going for the 1v1. Let's see if he can do it.
Yep,
not
contesting
really
the Tracer, trying to push the cart, seeing as the tanks are kind of busy dueling it out on high ground, you know, losing HP there on the ground. Both of them not having Pulse Bomb. NECC, unfortunately, going down there, it seems like in the duel.
On the Wu-Yang.
Yeah, so we're
Purdue
even
is able
here still.
to hold high ground, though, at the very least. And so that's a good advantage for when this next fight starts. And looks like it's happening right now. And Genji's low. If they can just push up that, Loki gets a pick on
Alistair, I noticed, going down there, having used the Kitsune Rush, so in the midst of that, potentially trying to sweep it back here.
Let's take a breather. Looks like Puma's got 5, and Purdue's going for a quick reset. As long as NECC can stay alive in the back there and get a recontest here, we have a good beat. Genji's
with
low.
The beat, yeah.
Yeah,
It will keep him alive and get the Genji, yeah.
Good contest here. Wu-Yang's kind of by himself with just a low health Tracer. I feel like they should go dive for that. No, Wu-Yang goes back up to full. NECC's really just scaring everyone off, and they've managed to hold point off, and I think Puma just walked away knowing that they would lose the fight if they stayed there.
Yeah, just going for the quick reset now. They do have 2 DPS ults here. Purdue Varsity now coming up on 2 DPS ults of their own as well. We'll see what they do with that.
As well as D.Va ult from Puma.
Yes.
So
they will have the remake there. They will have the ability for the D.Va to go in a little bit aggressive, going in for the touch here, but no, turning around.
Yeah. with a slight huge
Oh,
stick.
getting the stick
oh my
on the
god.
Ana. That is a big early pick here for Purdue Varsity.
Okay, but
They do come out with a
traded
blade.
both Curie and DPS gone. Mech's low. I think Puma's been able to take this back with these counter ults. It was a great stick from Nee, but not enough. Astro with the two-piece boop. Oh my god,
finishing
off
in
the
two
game.
kills
Oh
with
no,
the
but they
boop?
cap.
Oh my gosh.
Astro jumped off point to make sure he didn't die, and it cost him the checkpoint here. But it was a tough situation.
That was I think he was just able to quickly finish off 2 people who grouped up there together. But yeah, enough of Purdue Varsity had gone down to where unfortunately that didn't mean enough. You know, they had enough ults in the back pocket. Puma Varsity did that. It edged them out just a little bit.
Yeah, and it looks like going into this next fight, Puma has coming up on both healer ults, but Purdue is coming up on almost 4 ults here. And so I really think Purdue should be able to take this next fight as long as they are aggressive and they use their ults early.
Up the Wuyang ult potentially going in aggressive here.
Yeah. Okay, I like this play from Puma to
Toodle able to
push
just get
in before
out
Purdue can think about what they're going to do. And chaos ensues as we have both trades coming in from Purdue and Puma.
Genji.
Nano comes out from Puma, and Purdue's using their Blossom early.
Blossom trying to get a
Diva
kill.
is playing aggressive with the Nano, knowing that she has her ultimate coming out, but Puma
didn't get it.
Does not get it out.
Yeah, 97%, so didn't have the remech, but still able to leave having Diva
and
near her
she can't
spawn.
reset. She goes for the quick reset, which loses her ult. So Puma's opting to lose the Diva ult just to get a fast recontest, and let's see if that works out. If they can get a fast recontest here.
Yeah, they have time on the clock. They can afford to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, it might be smart because their Purdue's Diva isn't back yet, but Neeb with the huge pick again. Neeb going with the first blood.
Massive early pick. That too on the Ana once again. Very crucial pick here for Purdue Varsity going in here with...
Yeah, and with this push, Wayne's going to go down. Nice dive from Mikasta. Genji's low, and he has ult
fight for the moment.
He can just play back. They're going to stagger the Diva.
Staggering the baby Diva.
Oh
That's
my
something
god,
you don't see often anymore.
Yes.
But they're still going to do it. They're still going to do it.
It's a long walk till she can tactically reset.
Yep.
They're going to do this for as long as possible. Loki's calling for a pause.
Potentially calling for a pause, so teams might be looking to pause here. Yep, that could be potential technical difficulties, so we will pause here for a second. Ooh. That could be a technicality there. I'm not sure. We'll see what people talk about in the
Is hard
background.
staggering not allowed?
I'm not certain. I don't believe that's an issue. That is something, well, I'm sure we have NECC guidelines on hand. I'm sure someone will be able to check. But yeah, while that's happening, this is like, I mean, we're seeing such masterful gameplay here.
They can't hard stagger if we ask.
Okay.
All right, well, I guess
we will see that be reviewed,
polite
no matter.
in how we play the game from now on.
Yeah.
Never seen this in Overwatch before.
No issues, no issues. Yeah, I know there are certain, I mean, there's sportsmanship guidelines, but they will be reviewed no matter what. Teams have come to conclusion. We carry on with the map for now.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, in the meantime, it's cost Puma some time here, and Puma now only coming in with 2 DPS ults. Purdue with 3 ults and in a much better spot here. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. And also a better position with the high ground.
Yeah, coming in with the blade here is going to be crucial for them to get that high ground there, especially with the Nano coming up for them.
With both healer ults, I mean, they could really sustain here. Blitz can come out,
going in with the blade without the Nano.
Yeah, I think
they were so soon to it.
No, I think they're just trying to pull the beat out, which is smart, but they're going to lose the fight for it if they didn't back up fast enough. So I think that's a bit of useless.
They were able to pull out the beat and the Kitsune Rush, though. To be fair, so they did get both support ults.
Oh, and the Kitsune Rush. Oh no, I didn't see that come out. I think that was a waste.
A little bit. So I don't know. That could have played out in their favor, but now what will Puma Esports use to respond? It'll be interesting. They're swapping to the Venture. Maybe that was the tactical play there. They just wanted to get rid of the blade. They didn't see it being too useful considering how mobile Purdue Varsity's comp even is. It would have just been hard to get kills with the Nano Blade.
Yeah, that's true, and the risk worked out here. And let's see if they can capitalize on this new ult advantage. Abcasta going really low.
Having to use his bomb there to remake.
Bomb early. Nano Diva. Going in here, Discord going in for the fast dive. Venture.
Oh, Astro getting slept there on the Lucio. That might lead to his death, but no, he's able to get out.
Barely able to survive. Venture's going in for the finish.
Eating the pulse bomb there from
not
Loki.
letting Astro take a breath. And Puma, honestly, well played. They're able to take advantage with the fact that Purdue wasted both their healer ults in this last fight.
No, that was incredibly crucial there. But they are potentially coming back here if they're able to get this touch off, which they should. With
they need to go into their spawn. They need to keep them right here. Exactly.
Yeah, make sure they don't get too far.
I wouldn't mind an early bomb, to be honest, right now.
Okay. Oh, to make sure they still get stuff in the door. The Wuyang ult to be able to hold that space.
Yeah, they're going to need to kill fast. If they don't get a momentum here, the respawn is just too good for Purdue.
Yep, going into overtime here. Toodle coming out here with
I don't like this. Look, they're so distracted on this one Tracer. That's not what you have to do in this overtime. Now, look, on point, your Wu-Ying and your Tracer goes down because we're in the back twiddling our thumbs with the Tracer, and it looks like Purdue is able to clean this up, and they're gonna lose the map now.
Potentially.
I think Nee, honestly, Nee did the job. He played the bait. He went in the back line and distracted 2 players with just his one Tracer taking down basically 2 people from Puma there.
Yeah, no, and on the flip side, you know, Toodle using the Death Boss in there to secure the kill on the enemy Tracer to make sure they couldn't do something like that themselves. So, you know, that played out, just barely clutching it up in the last second. You know, 2-0 now for Purdue Varsity in this series. That will be match point for them in this series going into this next match. So we'll see how that plays out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is every single match, I believe, almost have been. Oh, that's a little bit of a mistake on the graphic there. We are 2-0 on Purdue side. Yay. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure all of Purdue Varsity's games so far have been 3-0s.
Oh, wow.
Or at least most have. So could this be another one? Who knows?
Purdue is playing strong. I'm honestly impressed. And I think Puma just needs to clean up a bit of their positioning. I think Neeb is doing great on the Tracer and distracting their backline. And I think, you know, Puma needs to decide whether they're going to be able to, they're going to full peel for the Tracer and just get rid of the nuisance, or they're just going to completely ignore them. But the halfway game, I think, is not working for them so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That tends to be a lot of the issue when it comes to dealing with a comp like, what like either teams were playing, when you're playing against kind of like the mobile comp with something like the Tracer, it ends up having to be a big commitment as to whether or not, you know, let's say your tank goes in to try and peel for your backline or goes in to try and do a counter dive, right? And it ends up having to be a big coordination issue, right? Because your team needs to be on the same page as to what you're doing, even if your tank is good at doing both, right? So there needs to be that really, really clean communication there, even the tiniest of slip-ups we've seen. I mean, we've even seen Purdue Varsity when they get a little bit too spread out or a little bit too, like, you can tell there's some miscommunication there, or like something's a little off there, then that fight just goes down like that. So
I think when Neeb was on the Widow, Purdue had a very much more like, there was a clear defense that they had to play, and Puma had a really clear offense on what they needed to do. They needed to dive the Widow, get the cooldown reset, and then re-dive the Widow. And then once kind of they swap back to the Tracer, you know, Puma is playing on offense with a full dive comp, but not really any great place to dive, because I think the healers on Purdue side are playing really well in the back line.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for Puma to play against that. I mean, it still ended up being a very close game and very much just focused on ult economy. And
oh yeah, that's been a huge thing all these games.
Honestly, Puma was able to push so far because they pulled out both those healer ults with that one blade, which is a really good play on the end there, but was not able to finish it out. I think just small miscalculations, but that's all it takes to win or lose a game at this stage.
Yeah, no, it's something that simple, right? Like these, I mean, we're seeing that these two teams are clearly so evenly matched that it is just coming down to these small little misplays, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that's honestly what's expected here. And so even though this could come out to being a 3-0, things could still end up flipping back and forth. Who knows? We might still get that Tracer ban. You never know. You know, they might come down to desperate measures where they do that. So yeah, no, we'll see. You know, I believe, if I remember correctly, this next map might be a push map.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it's just the problem is Tracer is just good on every map. So
of course.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I think I want to see them ban it, to be honest.
Of course, Tracer's not only good on every map, but it's something that not like your hit scan can play and your flex DPS can play in a pinch, right? So it's like, I mean, it's a token pick we see everywhere in OWCS and all of these series that everyone picks. But, you know, at the same time, what's that ban going to do? We've seen Neeb be able to prove himself on the Widowmaker. If you're Puma, you're thinking, what other hit scan can he prove himself on? This is scary, right? And I mean, again, we're singing Neeb's praises here. Like we said, I think everyone's holding their own here.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to notice what DPS do in a game.
Absolutely.
There's so many moving variables, and so it's tough to really notice everything that's going on. But I know for sure that Purdue's healers have been playing really well. I think the usage of beat, especially from Astra, has been great. And in general, I think the way they've been using ults is good. Minus when we lost 2 ults to the blade, but besides that, I think it's been great. I believe next map is Atlas.
Yeah. So yeah,
and
we're going
Tracer is banned by Puma. There we go. We called it.
Alrighty, let's see how this goes. And yeah, being a Flashpoint. That's what I'm thinking of. Being a Flashpoint map. This will be Very interesting, missing something as crucial as a tracer on something where you need your kind of highly mobile comps. That's going to be interesting.
And Purdue bans
the Wu Yang. Yeah.
And so I think this will be an interesting fight here without the tracer. I wonder what the comps are going to come into. I wouldn't be surprised if a Reaper comes out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen that on both sides as well. We've seen, at least from Purdue, we've seen the Kiriko Lucio come out. That's, I feel like, one of the staples of the Flashpoint maps. As for the tanks, though, I feel like could go any which way.
Yeah.
Because, we've seen the Ramatra come out, but I know that these maps, like I said, I feel like tend to favor the more mobile tanks. So, I mean, we could see a Hazard. We haven't seen that in the series yet. I'm honestly a little surprised. Yeah.
I don't know. Has Hazard been nerfed in the past? I haven't been keeping up exactly the current meta.
I believe so. I mean, I've still seen a lot of the teams being playing Hazard just in general in these past few series. In our previous playoff games, for instance, like in Purdue Gold's playoff games this past week, we saw a lot of Hazard being played, and that's in this division. So, I am honestly surprised, but it's on the table. It could be a thing depending on if they're.
Honestly, it might just be in Purdue Varsity's practice to go with the Ramatra, and I guess they know what their dive comp is. They're ready to play it. They know what their brawl comp is. Ready to play it. So they might just repeat. I mean, if it works, it works. They've been extremely successful so far.
Yeah, we've seen Purdue Varsity loves to just play oppressive, just push, no matter what it takes. So we'll see how they play into that now onto this map. Now that they're lacking that crucial tracer pick, we'll see kind of how the teams choose to adapt here.
And I won't even lie. I think I've probably played Atlas one time in my life. Somehow it never gets voted in whenever I'm playing comp. So
I mean, it is an interesting map. I enjoy it personally. Obviously, I know these teams have probably scrimmed it quite a bit. Usually these maps that are newer tend to be picked a lot because people are like, ooh, maybe people don't know it as well, so we can take advantage.
It's probably true. Actually, I think now that I think of it, the first time I played it was probably during our varsity tryouts recently. So I'm getting
going in here, I was mentioning mobile comps here. It seems like, we're going to see that Junker Queen that you were talking about way earlier.
Oh, wow.
Junker Queen coming out here for Puma Esports, and then Purdue
and the
going
Sojourn
for...
And the Echo. Is this just a new game coming out here?
Yeah, Neeb now being like, oh, okay, I can't play Tracer now. I'm going to play Echo.
But
I'm still going to be in your backline.
But Puma has the Sojourn, so I think they have the advantage here to counter it if they're able to.
Absolutely, they'll be able to punish here with that hit scan here. Now just playing this kind of like poke battle here, which they do have that Sojourn for an advantage on this poke here with Calder on the Reaper.
Being able to here, and Neeb goes down first.
Neeb here, looking for that little bit of poke here, being able to walk in, but the Junker Queen now as well. Yeah. Just walking in there, walking in fast, which is kind of what she's known to do,
Puma's
walking in with the Reaper as well. Yeah, going in back here for the cap. They were able to take that space that they want, but now will Purdue Varsity be able to regroup and retake this space here? I don't know. They're probably waiting here for Neeb to be able to come back here for this push once again, so they give this cap over to Puma Varsity.
Yeah, and Neeb may have died first, but he's already almost at his copy. And they're going in fast for a fight here, because if they can get a copy in, they already have the momentum. They have no Suzu on Puma's end. They are just going to play in faster. They're already capping point. JQ's low, though. Can they capitalize on this? JQ's one.
Yeah, the JQ is very, very low here, going in for the beam on her, getting the copy really in on her as well. Very, very early ult here for Neeb. Yeah. Being able to just walk in on that momentum, you let the Echo just be able to go about her business. She's able to get ult charge because of the amount of damage that she's able to just lay out onto your team, and that's how it's done. He might have gone down early during that fight, but maybe it was to a good advantage, and now it seems like they're switching hit scans here
counter
to
picks
someone.
Are coming out. I like the Kree pick.
The Kree pick to be able to pick off that Echo a little bit easier, maybe.
Yeah, as long as he plays smart here. I mean, Purdue is a very fast comp. If they can, Ram shift plus Lucio amp, they can go on the Kree fast, but if he plays smart here, oh my god,
ooh, the knife being able to finish off Tootle there, unfortunately. Yeah, in that little poke battle there, in that little window. Potentially Astra going down.
Survives, though.
Yeah, the speed, they're playing into the advantage of the speed here, Puma is. Purdue Varsity might also have some speed on their side, but they're also playing more into sustainability.
There might have been a mistake here.
Yeah.
Oh, gets the pick on the Echo,
As the fight lasts long enough, you play right into Purdue Varsity's hands, and they're able to play here with Abcasta coming out here with the Ramatra ult, able to get picks here and hold on to the point.
Wow, Calder's really holding the point well.
But no, maybe things, maybe I eat my words here on a little bit of sustainability. Might have gone in a little bit too far there with the Ramatra ult, not playing into his health enough there to where the point flips back. Now we're going to be back into you know, this is potentially the last fight here on this point for either teams. We have 4 ults coming up here for Puma.
And 2 ults coming from Purdue, but both healer ults from both sides.
Ults,
so
very big
a smart
here.
beat could still win in the fight if they go in here. I think they really should just amp in beat. Early beat.
Going in here with the beat.
Oh my god, this is prime GOATS meta Overwatch I'm looking at right now with all the ults
yeah, the well-timed beat here coming out right before the Reaper ult was going to come out, so saving them as a result. Winning the duel there, Calder.
It looks like all after the ult dump, Puma doesn't come out on top. I think the early beat really saved them there.
It did. No, it was an extremely well-timed beat there, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Purdue's beat just didn't go off or it just wasn't enough sustain for the amount of damage there that Puma was outputting.
I believe it just wasn't, because it was timed like pretty much right at the time where that Death Blossom came out, so I think it just ended up being too aggressive even after the fact. Even after the fact. Because they did just go in with the Junker Queen shout, just rushing in. That's kind of what this comp has right here. If they're able to just kind of rush in and get people really low enough.
That's a good
engaging
window.
in with that window here to see if they can get an early pick here.
They're watching for the JQ wall. I think
they're watching for the rotations here as well, considering they have to go around these corners. Neeb going down here again early. We're seeing such an inverse here of him getting caught out.
Working
the ult here coming out from the JQ, getting the supports in the backline, but potentially being able to take out both of them. Alistar getting hit low, but finally going down. Casta going down as well because he can't really get healed. Apologies there. But can't really get healed because of that kind of targeting. They really are. Puma now just playing into the speed, going into the backline, and Purdue Varsity not being able to hold their own for very long.
Puma's really found their stride here, but Purdue has the ult advantage coming to this next fight, and I think they're gonna use that. Yeah, fast ults coming in. Copy comes in, Blossom comes in, everything's coming out, and no picks from it.
Going down. Tudo going down first, even though they came out with 2 ults here from Purdue Varsity, and they'll lose 3. Neeb here able to get 2 picks,
winnable. If they can get that Kree here, counter ult coming out, I like that. Here. Focus that Kree, you kill him.
Yeah, evening things out here.
Echoes low, it's a 2v2 for the win. They get the Reaper just, oh my god.
Wow, able to just turn this fight around here thanks to Neeb being able to maintain his copy there on the Junker Queen, and then Casta following up there with the Ramatra ult. Very clean turnaround there from Purdue Varsity. I was going to say that Toodle being taken down there from the Death Blossom honestly was a little bit shocking. It seems like they just kind of left him a little bit too overexposed there.
Oh,
you know, Casta
really
being in the middle of the team, but still able to get a pick there early. Able to stay alive. He still had his Nemesis form. He still had speed, so he's able to get out. Alistar, though, but going down there as a result. Calder being able to take Toodle down again, getting punished so early on in these fights. Casta, though, still able to get out with his life, though, which is kind of what they wanted here.
But go either way. Purdue's just really low. They need a bit of a
still
heal.
Going down there after the fact because, Alistar having to give up his life there early on to potentially peel for Casta, I believe, is what happened there earlier. So, that being a little bit scrappy there, you know, that almost went really, really well there with the early pick. But that looked potentially just like either not part of the plan or just a little bit disorganized that, you know, Purdue Varsity just kind of like crumbled after the fact. And this point might once again go to Puma with that early pick there on Astro as well.
So Purdue is contesting, but they're down ults here.
They're already down one. They're already down Suzu.
And their one ult beat is not alive.
So Discord going down here on the Junker
down
Queen.
1, but if they can get this Kree, good trade, touch point.
Very good
touch comes in. If they can kill the Reaper, someone needs to touch for the Ramatra. It's just a Reaper on point.
Though,
huge beat. Oh my god.
Heals.
Just
he
barely
can get the
comes
beat
in.
Out for the heals. He's
both
able to
beats,
barely
both
stay alive.
Sides,
extremely
really fighting for this point.
Astro
Whoever
having
wins
to
this.
solo heal the Ramatra, but the ult coming out, so he's able to get that armor there to be able to stay alive. But they didn't get the point. They didn't flip the point, even though they won that fight. That's extremely unfortunate there.
You don't want to see that.
Astro, who was barely able to keep Casta alive. It did not do enough. I mean, it did do enough, but they didn't maintain touch of the point just to try and secure those kills. And, extremely unfortunate. Going on to this next point here, where they need to make sure they play together. You know, Purdue getting very, very disjointed here as a result of just walking straight through with that rampage there, hitting just Astro there, but able to take him down. Toodle once again being punished by the DPS there. 3 going down. Casta in the chaos able to get that kill on that cast. Yeah, but everyone here, it seems like going down for Purdue.
The momentum, that one fight, that one C9, I mean, Purdue invested so much into that just to lose it, and it's now they're paying the price. They're permanently down this ult economy. Even after Puma using ults, it's still even. with the ults here, and I mean,
Vaguely, Purdue Varsity's a little bit up though, I believe, just with they have 2 in the pocket. One of those being a Kitsune Rush and the Death Blossom coming up here.
Both teams
also.
with 1 DPS, 1 healer ult.
Yes.
Okay, early
Calder
Kitsune,
being
I like
poked out
this.
low early as well. Calder going down, so not being able to use that Death Blossom this fight.
Yep, good early picks
using
from
the
Purdue.
Kitsune Rush as well, just
No
to be able to
Suzu.
capitalize on that momentum as well.
Kiriko's 1.
Neeb getting punished though, so that's one big source of damage going down there for Purdue. The fight breaking out here onto the
JQ's
point, but the
sitting
JQ, the JQ going down now. So it seems like Purdue will be able to just take hold thanks to that Kitsune Rush momentum. So barely
and
able
Purdue
to just keep
coming up
hold.
on 4 ults here.
Yeah.
So it's
They
a
have a
good
chance to
momentum swap.
reset
They definitely
ult
need
economy.
this.
They really do.
Yeah, now they've won a fight and are up ults, so this is exactly the position you want to be in as Purdue.
Yeah.
But still, Left Blossom is a scary ult with a good, huge
getting that
opening
early
pig. I like
pick
this aggressive play.
onto the cast, and then potentially onto this Lucio as
wow.
well, losing 2 key players here. The Death Blossom coming out from Calder, so that going out as well.
Honestly, I think they're gonna swap off Reaper. I don't really think he would have just blossomed
Potentially.
there. Just to blossom. Let's see if he does
Possibly, I don't know. It could have just been something. Seeing that how Purdue Varsity was just kind of inside the backline of his team, he could have just thought he could have, gotten someone out unawares.
In that case, that was a bad blossom. I think now Puma's really in a bad spot here. With,
a little
without
bit.
the
Yeah, they're
blossom.
down ults now.
They're coming on beat, but I mean Purdue also has beat here, and they have a lot more.
Yeah, Purdue has a lot of ults coming up here, but they can still potentially see if they can catch out somebody. No,
Yeah,
Abcasta
nice.
once again
Both
going in early,
tanks
getting
going
the
into
cast
the
like he did
backline,
last time.
But Abcasta getting more value out of
using
it.
the beat here to try and go up against this Ramatra that is just walking into their backline, waltzing even. Tootle getting punished again. Unfortunately, in the beginning of these fights, those have not been playing into his
Abcasta
favor. The beat
fighting
being
for
used
his
to try
life.
and let Abcasta exist in their backline as much as he physically can.
Astronaut
going
goes
down,
down.
as a result. The Kitsune coming out to
Alistair
try
goes
and
down
support
too.
that momentum as well. Yeah, Alistair going down because of it though, so will it really be worth it? Probably not.
Oh my God.
Everyone going down, sacrificing their lives to try and maintain
I don't
and
know
keep
if they'll
this
be able
fight
to touch.
going as much as possible. Tootle the only one alive with the Death Blossom, but at 68 HP with his Wraith down, he will go
No,
down
we need a
without
ball
being able to
swap, ball
use
swap, ball swap.
his ult. But would he even be able to touch with the
No,
ball
it's not
swap?
even enough.
Not even.
Wow.
That's 3-0 going to Puma Varsity. We are not getting a 3-0 series here, folks. We're going 2-1, still match point for Purdue Varsity, but
I think Puma's
We'll
found their
see.
stride a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear the Tracer swap, the Tracer ban,
The
is
Tracer
really
ban.
worked for them.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
The Tracer ban played into their favor. They found that momentum so quickly and so fast that honestly that was very interesting to see there. We kind of saw an inverse happen there where, we saw our DPS on Purdue Varsity playing so efficiently these past couple rounds. It seemed like this round was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Puma Esports kind of got themselves together. Towards the end there, it seems like Purdue was able to just be like, all right, we need to go single them out now. And they had Abcasta running them down and going and targeting Loki on the cast or someone else. But in general, I noticed Neeb getting caught out a lot early in fights. He was getting a lot of ult charge on the Echo, but then at the cost of his life. Tootle going down at the cost of his life to see if he could go in with Abcasta on that Ramatra.
Neeb going from getting the first blood to being the first killed in a lot of these fights, and
Yeah.
I think it's just it's hard to swap to not necessarily a new character, but like a completely new game now with the Echo. And I think Loki was really good with that McCree swap. They were really taking care of Purdue well. I mean, not that it was good for us. We want Purdue to win, but okay. Looks like next map is Esperanza. Junker Queen is banned. Purdue did not like that, clearly.
I was going to say that was another big factor here is just, playing into a comp like the Junker Queen comp, you really, really, really need to be able to survive those early shout engages with the Junker Queen.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to do so, then the Junker Queen comp is going to be the bane of your existence. And it's not even just because of the Queen, it's just what everyone can do with that speed. So clearly Purdue Varsity said, nuh-uh, we can't handle that. So they're just taking that out, especially on a map like Esperanza, where she plays extremely, extremely well with just those long, winded, roadways. That is her, playground, one of those maps.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. We'll see. We'll still see if the Tracer ban comes out, because I believe, the Junker Queen ban came out from Purdue. So
We can repeat bans, right?
yes, you
Okay.
can repeat bans. So
I would not be surprised if the Tracer ban comes out again. I would advise Puma, if you're watching this, to Tracer ban. I know this is late.
hey, whose side are you on? But, we'll see. I mean, it clearly is the thing that shook up. it contributed to Purdue being shaken up. For all we know, it could have also just been the fact that, you know, like you mentioned, Atlas, one of the newer maps, could have been a map that Purdue maybe has less practice on. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, we'll see how kind of Purdue plays into that as well. You know, I feel like, you know, Tuda also as well getting like caught out a lot on that Reaper, you know, Abcaston just not being able to live just long enough on the Ramatra, even though he was cycling his cooldowns extremely well, you know, saving Nemesis for him as long as he physically could. You know, Ramatra's whole thing is just being able to live and cycle those cooldowns in your armor as much as physically possible. Yeah,
and I think the DPS diff has swapped this round toward Puma's favor, but it's not like the skills suddenly changed. I think the unsung heroes here are definitely the supports and the tank being able to allow the DPS to work well. And I think the JQ was a good swap. It allowed kind of the Reaper and initially the Sojourn to work well. And it looks like Puma has banned Reaper, so they don't want Toodle anymore on that Reaper. But I think the healers were doing great on both sides. To be honest, the use of the healer ults were really kind of what made the fight. I remember in the play of the game they saw there, it was the Lucio B and the Kiriko ult, and there was nothing that Purdue could do from that point on.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I was gonna say also Astro on Purdue varsity. Even though there was that one fight on the second point, you know, where they unfortunately didn't cap the point, but Astro was able to keep Abcaston alive.
It was so valiant effort.
Much. Just with the Lucio heals. So we'll see if they're able to maintain that going into this next map now. Onto Esperanza, we will see, you know, with the Reaper and the Junker Queen bans, you know, Tracer's
back
on the table.
Yeah.
Ramatra still on the table. So we'll see how this plays out.
And Ramatra is good on this map too.
Ramatra's brilliant on this map. I've seen a lot of Ramatra be played. I've seen a lot of Ball be played. For all I know, that could be in someone's back pocket. You know, it is still a contentious series, you know, match point for Purdue varsity, but they could also pull this to a 2-2. You know, a lot of these matches tend to also swing mood, swing morale. So just with that
Hazard
one win,
and Diva coming out.
Hazard's come out this series, y'all. I called it. I was surprised. I was surprised to not see Hazard. The May potentially too. You know, it seems like Purdue varsity really hating the speed.
Yeah,
really hating it.
This
So
is
they
a common
want to
strategy
disrupt them.
I've seen from Purdue. I mean, back in the day. We used to run the May and the Diva, and that wall is really good. And it looks like both teams have agreed on the value of having a kind of wall there. Hazard with his wall and May with her wall. I think both teams, if we're going for the same play here, is try to block off these choke spots that this Esperanza has more than other maps and see if they can take advantage of it.
Yeah, so both teams very clearly have shown their ability to play off of momentum, and what can a wall do but be able to play off of momentum. Or stop that momentum, I believe. So yeah, going in here with these fights.
Yeah, and looks like Purdue coming in with the May and Lucio playing a little bit back. Huge pick on the
able
Genji.
To get that pick there onto Calder early.
Great job. And looks like Purdue's going to be easy cleanup. Everyone's stuck in the hotel there on the right, checking in at the front desk, but lost the cart in the process.
Lost the cart. You know, the jumping. Everyone kind of jumped in on that cart there. It seemed like, Puma kind of like engaged and went in on their cooldowns, used all their cooldowns there, and that might have kind of been what lost them there, because I saw the Hazard there kind of like jump in willy-nilly into 3.
Oh, it looks like the Venture comes out now.
Yeah, the Venture coming out now too. You know, they want to capitalize off of some momentum here as well. You know, even though Hazard is a chunky guy, his thing is being able to jump in and out. So they want Venture to maybe be able to do that as well.
Yeah, I think that they've noticed obviously May is a more vulnerable character, and the Venture is going to try to take advantage of that. Clearly, already going into the back line. And just trying to be sneaky here. I think once the amp comes out, everyone's just going to dive in. Looks like Astro's the beginning
going
target.
And punishing the Kiri here.
Great timing from Neeb to go into Kiri right as they were going for the push. And Toodle coming with a great pick too. I mean, perfectly timed there from DPS. And I think this should be a good cleanup. If they can keep Astro alive, Astro does go down.
Yeah, Astro does go down.
But Hazard low, and Toodle's low too. But the Suzu comes out. Toodle goes down. It's now even.
It's even.
But yeah, Hazard's there just too low to survive that.
Neeb's still able to keep his own. He has Pulse Bomb here now for this next fight as well. Yeah, they were able to just kind of mark people very, very early on in these fights, and enough people were able to hold their own. Now they have this checkpoint here, which means forward spawn Neeb. Once again, he's back on his Tracer. He's back playing cheeky.
They're swapping back to McCree. I think they don't like the Tracer anymore.
Yeah, but what will that mean? This Pulse potentially,
just
maybe
being really annoying.
Just
McCree May
just inducing some fear.
Again,
don't worry.
Puma going back to the mystery hero strat and seeing if it works out.
I mean, hey, you're trying to punish.
Yeah,
it's getting that early pick on Alistair. Alistair potentially playing a little bit cheeky there as well. So trying to punish that off angle.
Carry is so low. If they can just get that huge dive from Abcaston, nice pick. But McCree's able to pick off Astro. They're down 1. I think Purdue's just going to have to reset here.
Yeah, losing that Lucio there, just kind of resetting. They do have forward spawn, though, so they'll be able to get that quick reset. Neeb going down there as well, though. So, yeah, it seems like they will be just going for that full reset there for Purdue Varsity.
Yeah.
Casta playing the stall here, potentially, to try and maintain that forward spawn.
Let's see if they go for this illegal heart stagger on the D.Va now.
Oof, yeah. I mean, I highly doubt it. You know, it's the rule that's being enforced.
The baby
so
D.Va comes
the baby
out.
D.Va coming out. Yeah, the remake happening. The whole
Honestly,
team potentially
more
being
effective
back
than regular
here
D.Va sometimes.
as well. Yeah, damage-wise, it can do numbers. I have seen it happen.
I've cast a cleaning house here.
Yeah, killing Purdue, 2 despite the fact that he got D-Max, so that clearly meant nothing to him.
Yeah, Purdue getting back the momentum. And Neeb still coming from going for the flank.
He's still, checking those corners, just making sure, again, that everyone on Puma is spinning 360 looking for him, no matter what. That's what you want to do as a good Tracer player, just make them fear you.
Looks like Puma with both healer ults.
May ult comes out here from
doesn't get anyone. Yeah, Hazard's going to go down there. Huge ult.
Yeah,
Beat comes out, but a little too late. And Puma's down beat and going to lose this fight too.
Yeah, no, very good May ult there from Tootle, being able to get the freeze onto the tank there and just take him out very early, very quickly, very efficiently during that fight. And now the swap coming onto the Brigitte here.
I like the Brig swap, honestly. Help with the Tracer. Yeah, like there's just no ults on Puma's side.
Yeah, just constantly,
I guess
to be fair, now
they still have 4 ults here. And
yeah, they've put Crafty Games from Puma Varsity onto Neeb checking duty, and
but
it's working.
Do get the Neeb, but
it's working.
Kree goes down as a result. Everyone's so distracted.
Yeah.
No. Wow,
I mean,
Ram's
for
able
a
to
little while,
two.
The distraction's worth it for the time being, especially when you have the Kitsune Rush in the back pocket that comes out here to give them that a little bit extra kind of collective push, momentum, what have you, to kind of try and bring everyone back to task.
Shots. Yeah, honestly, I think in this scenario, them focusing on the Tracer didn't work out because they had the ults to back it up and push forward, and Puma was able to go for it. And Puma up on ults now going into this, so they're really going for this momentum swap here. They really need it in order to have a fighting chance in this match.
Yeah, very much up on ults here with 3 ults here. That too. The tank ult and both DPS. Meanwhile, Purdue Varsity just having their bomb here, which they've just been using for the sake of remacking, as most do. Alistair, though, on the Kiriko, still coming up on the Kitsune Rush fairly quickly here, so they will be able to catch up, potentially recycle, see if they can get Puma Varsity to use some of those
going
ults.
Down, pick on Tootle.
Tootle going down here
Hainu
early.
Comes out. Just
very
everyone's super dense there. Big bomb on Loki.
Casta able to get a kill with that remake bomb.
I think this Ram ult's gonna come out. If not, it should. It'll look late now.
Kiriko going down.
Kiri's down.
Yeah.
Now,
the rally coming out here just to barely keep himself alive on the Brigitte.
Where's the Ram ult? Let's pull it out.
I'm not sure.
Brig's
just seeing how low the Brig is, it could just end up being not worth it in their eyes. So they're just wanting to wait for a proper reset, which is unfortunate considering I think that means just the Brig ult just didn't play out how they wanted. Yeah.
Close one coming out to help clean up, and I think Ram is just gonna go down here. I mean.
And the Ram could go back. Yeah, the Ram could go back.
They're going for a bit of a re-engage. Maybe it could work out.
Yeah, the Brig ult then, in a sense, kind of played as a stall tactic a little bit. Yeah, Astro going in, he went in a little bit aggressive there, trying to go and punish, I believe, was the Kiriko there, kind of in that corner. Getting punished for it as a result. Yeah, now we're just kind of playing, like, back and forth, like, trade-offs of the bot here in the middle.
The Ram ult might have been a blessing
using
here.
the May. Once again, getting the Ramatra once again. That too in his
Ram ult comes out and D.Va goes down.
No, not getting the punish off before the D.Va mech goes down.
Yeah, and looks like Puma has the advantage.
Getting the kill on Abcasta there as well.
Yeah, and honestly, Tracer's only distracting the May. And Tracer does pick off Tootle, though, unfortunately. And it looks like Puma's going to be able to clean this up pretty well.
Yeah.
Purdue's just opting to back out here.
Yeah, no, this is...
Except Neeb, of course, still there.
Yeah, no, now, you know, Puma's almost kind of playing the defensive. You know, they're playing kind of the opposite of where they were last map, where instead of going in for the first engage, they're just sitting there waiting for Purdue to kind of do their cheeky little tactics of going around behind, punishing it, and then walking forward. It is a very interesting switch up to watch.
Yeah, and Puma keeping this high ground here, holding it nicely.
Ooh, trying to punish Neeb. They're watching him like a hawk.
Yeah, as long as Puma stays on that high ground, they'd be good. Now they're dropping the perfect time to get Tootle.
Getting the kill on Tootle again early in the fight.
Tootle's caught off guard here. It might not be the
going
for
that throw pulse bomb there to see if you can get the pick.
Throw, yeah, but Purdue's only down 1, still winnable with the use of it all, and looks like Curie ult does come out.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Yeah, they have some momentum here, getting the Tracer out there, being able to push her out.
Yeah, Tracer going for the sneaky bomb in the backline. If they can pull out Suzu, definitely going to go for that. B comes out. Purdue's going to definitely be aggressive here going in.
Yeah.
And let's see if they can get any picks. They still have bomb.
Picks not coming out as a result. Oh, Neeb, though, using the pulse bomb.
Neeb with 2.
Yep, that's all he needed. Just needed a little bit extra push. But no, Purdue's still kind of going down.
Back to again. Bomb comes out. Can he remake? Oh, stunned.
Getting stunned out of the remake there. Oh,
that's so unfortunate. Puma's going to be able to take this and move the cart as a result.
Oh, no, but Neeb's able to... Neeb's stealing the cart.
Is Neeb?
Neeb's stealing the cart.
Are they C9ing?
Hey, guys.
Did they realize?
Neeb's... No, I don't know. Neeb's stealing the
What's
cart.
going on?
Hey, y'all won the fight, but we have the cart.
Oh,
anyway.
my God. Oh, my God. That's basically...
That fight meant nothing. That fight meant
was
nothing
basically
to
a
Puma
fight win because of that.
Unfortunately, just because they forgot to look at the cart and punish the Tracer. That's insane.
Wow.
You know, I was going to say, both supports on Purdue Varsity going down despite using both their ults. Very unfortunate. They lost the fight. Very unfortunate. Doesn't matter. Reset. Go again.
Wow.
It worked out.
Freeze on Abcasta. I think the mech's going to go down. No bomb to counter for it. And
Toodle this time getting the first opening pick of the fight.
Yeah,
he's not out
goes down
yet.
Too. I mean, not a good trade for Purdue, but still winnable.
Oh, the ult coming out here from Ramacha.
Good wall, good distancing. If they can just boot them back, yep.
They're just trying to keep his distance to try and get that ult to cancel, and they
cancels. And they're playing this well, running away from Ramacha, and once the cooldowns are down, they re-engage. Toodle goes down,
but coming out
Ram's low. You gotta go in right now or never. Nice pick on Kaldor. If they can re-engage right now, Kirill comes out.
Yeah. To try and help with that speed.
And Kiri's so low. Neeb just needs to get this pick. One health, nice job. And this should be cleaned up now for Purdue.
Yep, clean up here. Messy fight after, Puma kind of found themselves being like, wait a minute. We need to go touch the cart real quick, and then we need to go back and kill the rest of them. So, little scrappy, little weird. Now, ulti con's a little bit interesting on both sides. It's about even, I'd say. Yeah. Coming up on almost 3 L2 for Puma.
I would say I like Purdue's ults better though. Trading the pulse for the Mei ult is a better choice here.
No, absolutely.
And let's see how it's used. I want to see early ults here, really aggressive play from Purdue to keep the pressure up and break by herself in that room. I think they
able to play aggressive there because he has the bomb, able to go in.
Everyone's critical on Puma, but they managed to get picks off. And oh my God, Puma is cleaning house.
Everyone got trapped there in that small room.
Yeah, I want to see no ults from Purdue. Take the loss. With 4 ults,
nope, they used the bomb. They did get the pick off of the bomb, though, so maybe they're able to maybe he's looking to at least maintain a little bit of a stall, considering the fact that it is just 5 seconds left. So this is technically just the last fight, so they just need to win one more fight here. Purdue does to win this whole series. Yeah. So it's okay. That was maybe him just going in for the stall. They still have ults coming up. They have the beat. They have this pulse bomb. We know Neeb's able to go in and get those picks when needed, but they also have ults here on Puma's side.
Oh my God!
Getting
huge
the
pick on the Kiri.
Already, the team's barely even back. They don't even need ults.
It's time.
Yep, using
huge freeze
the
on
Mei
cart.
ult as well. Both sides using them. Neeb, triple kill, contributing to the quadra kill here. One of the star players within this series, closing it out. Purdue Varsity 3-1 will be moving on in these playoffs.
What round are we on now after this win?
This is series. That's it. We're 3-1.
No, I mean in the playoffs.
In the whole playoffs,
yeah.
I believe if this was their second playoff games, this is probably going to be semis next week.
Semis, wow.
I believe. Because I believe it is top 8. So, yeah, that was beautifully done. I mean, contentious till the very end, even though they did have, Purdue did not let Puma get very much of a push there at all. But at the same time, that was still very, very contentious. Honestly, if they just hadn't forgotten about the cart that one time,
they would have had
a
chance.
That one time, I feel like things would have even been way closer. Potentially the map would have gone to Puma, but
I'm bewildered that Puma didn't ban Tracer. I mean, they banned Tracer, they won the map because the DPS diff, and they didn't do it again.
They didn't do it again. They can't repeat. Maybe there is something in the rulebook we're forgetting where they can't repeat bans. I'm so sure they can, but I don't know. Maybe they're like, it wasn't the Tracer. It was the map or something.
They thought it was the Reaper, apparently.
Yeah, it was the Reaper. No, the Reaper was like being a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, beautifully done here. I think this is definitely one of the more contentious games that Purdue Varsity has had in the series, at least that I've watched. But they're still able to pull it through. We've still seen them be able to play like highly adaptive, but at the same time, they're able to, I've seen Purdue varsity just be able to push their way so much, and that's something that I love to see. You saw Puma just kind of take every strategy they can of like, no, we're going to try and be faster than you. No, we're going to play a counter comp and just bunker down.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah. Puma tried adapting. I mean, they swapped characters a lot. I kept making jokes about mystery heroes. I mean, they were really trying their best. But at the end of the day, like the Tracer on the back line, the core issue was Neba's just really good at the Tracer, and they're getting really distracted by it. Maybe not even to their fault. I mean, Tracer's being very impressive. And, Purdue supports keeping Abcasta alive on the Ram and playing really well positioning by Abcasta. And it's just a really solid comp that Purdue, it's a well-oiled machine. They know how to play it. And I think just Puma wasn't ready for it. And great job for Purdue for getting the beat out of that. 3-1. Not 3-0, but still a decisive victory, I would say.
Yeah, no, very contentious series overall. Very, very fun for us to watch as well. GG's over to, Purdue Esports Varsity Puma Esports Varsity, sorry, as well. That was a beautiful series. They also had an amazing record this season. Again, this division is not easy where they're at. So yeah, no, I mean, beautifully played on both sides. I feel like, we've been hyping up DPS a lot. I think the big name of the game here was just a lot of proactivity. Like whatever side just had like very proactive.
They knew what to do.
DPS. Yeah, they know what to do, and they're setting up for plays even before the previous fight's over.
Yeah.
Right, and that's kind of what you expect to see at this level of gameplay. We've seen that a lot, especially from this team, where they don't really wait for fights to just kind of like sit down, reset, regroup, and go. They just keep going.
Yeah. I think Purdue, like they know what tempo to use. I noticed every time they had the advantage and it was kind of last fight territory, they were always on the aggressive, using ults early, and it was just a great job from them. And I believe the next match is going to be on December 5th, and it's going to be either against Purdue Gold or St. Ambrose. I mean, if we get another Purdue versus Purdue final, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, we were supposed to have
a third place match. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, we're going to be having. The next match is going to be a third place match potentially. So we're going to be. We're getting
finals.
Apologies. Live updates. So we are. This isn't going to be semifinals. It's going to be the finals. Actually, so this was semifinals.
Wow. So this was semis.
This was semis.
Wow.
Getting to know that live at the end of the match. But that means the next one's going to be finals. So I mean, depending on how Purdue Gold is doing or has done this week in their playoffs, we could see a finals of Purdue Varsity versus Purdue Gold, which how exciting is that?
Yeah, that is exciting. With the last thing happened last semester, we had Purdue Gold versus Purdue Black.
Yeah.
And Purdue Black actually won. Crushing defeat for me, to be honest.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like we have our little like internal tier system or whatever, but honestly, things can get so contentious, especially as the season goes on.
Yeah.
You never know.
Teamwork matters more.
Teamwork matters so much.
Skill.
Those little things matter so much. For all you know, you could see Varsity have a C9 moment. You never know.
We did. There was one already.
It already happened.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
He made it up for by pushing
exactly.
The last point.
See, he reversed it. Yeah. It's fine. He undid the karma. So
we're all reset for the finals now.
That'll be since next week is going to be Thanksgiving break for everyone here. I believe this finals match is going to be the week after that. I hope you guys will be here to watch with us. This is the contentious finale of the Division 3 playoffs here for the semester. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did.
Thanks for tuning in, and come back in December for the finals, and hopefully the match is as exciting as this one was.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. December 5th, 8 p.m.
Yep,
All right.
Friday night game.
Yeah, so see you guys then. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.